As you can see, I got the bed off, and that's not the stock suspension. So let's do a little walk around and dive in this thing. So I got the bed off, as you can see. Got the Ridetech 4-link Panhard bar, coilovers installed, and the Mosier 9-inch. So it wasn't too hard of a kit. I just had to do a little pre-measuring. So it gave me a little template to measure 12 inches back off that bolt right there, that hole. Sorry, not bolt. So I measured 12 inches back, and it gave me a little template to cut that little C-notch out and drill all the holes. So it wasn't too bad. There's the inside of the opposite side, obviously. So I just got the brake line all bent, and I was actually waiting on some fittings. Where are they at? That fitting right there. So not the best bend, but you know, it'll work. I bought the little cheapy bender, but that's a Mosier Ford 9-inch. It's got 411 gears in it. True track. Should be ready to go. So I just have to bleed the brakes. That's about it, and then install the driveline. So while we're on the topic of the driveline, I had a custom driveline built for this truck when I had the 10 bolt installed, when it was the stock 10 bolt. So I installed this kit and everything, and then put the 9-inch in there, and I obviously had to make some what are they called, tabs to sit under here so the axle doesn't twist back when you gun it. I had to weld them, perches, axle perches on both sides. So right under there and under there. I don't have any pictures of it, or I'd drop one in there. But since I did that, I tried to install the driveline that I had originally made for it was like 2 inches too short. It would go in the rear of the transmission, and it would bolt up right here, but it would come out so much of the transmission it would just be wobbly. The yoke would. So got this puppy right here, brand new from South Bay Drivelines out there in San Jose. So it's all ready to go. It's got the billet yoke, output shaft, whatever you want to call it, to go into the T56. So I'll be installing that here shortly. Hopefully it's the proper length. How I measured it, they told me I have an extra yoke. I slid the yoke all the way in, pulled it out an inch, measured from that center of U-joint all the way to this flange right here, the flat spot right there. So came up with a 57.5. So that's what that drive line is now, 57.5. A few more things about this rear end. It's got 3-inch studs on it, so it's really hard to see right now. It's getting dark on me, but they're studded up. Maybe we should run some deeper tires, some wider. These are, I believe, 11s right now. Maybe run some 12-inch wides eventually. These might even be 10s right now. Let me grab a light. I know I had a light out here, and pop the hood for you guys. So I had 2-inch drop spindles on the truck already, and then I put the Ridetech kit in the front, and that dropped to another 2 inches, so we were 4 inches down from stock. And I'm digging the fitment right now. Might go a little lower eventually, but so we obviously, you could tell I put the new fender on in the front. The stock axle, when they broke, it stabbed in right here. So I still have that fender. It's over there, if you can see it. Carnage. Yes, sir. But so, and the tire hit the door right here. You can see the rubber, big rubber mark right here from the tire hitting. And it was caved in, super dented in right here. So me and my buddies kind of two of my buddies got a 2x4 and massaged her back in as best we could. It's actually not that bad. For an old drift truck, it will do. But let me grab this light, pop this hood, and show you guys the A-arm coilover setup in the front. So I was gonna wait to film this video in the morning, but I said screw it. So here's the upper and lower on the driver side Ridetech coilover kit. Came out pretty good. It was a little bit to get the old, a little bit of a bear to get the old top hat off. The stock studs or rivets, I should guess you should say, where the top hat sits right there. Those bolts, those were a bear to get out, but it's all out now. That coilover's down in there. I got them setting at mid-range, I guess, so I can go stiffen or harder on the rebound. So I just got them 12 clicks out. That's what the instructions said to do. Start by 12 clicks out and go drive it and go in and out from there. So this is the passenger side. Obviously we're gonna have to do some trimming right here because my hand is barely fitting right there, and we want this to be a drift truck. We obviously want to get a bunch of angle going right here, so that's not gonna fly. We'll figure that out here soon, but I need to get the truck aligned. It's obviously got camber really bad. I'm not sure if you could see it in the video, but it was towed out. It was crab walking on both sides. This tire was going this way and the other tire was going this way, and I tried to adjust it myself with the tie rod ends, and I adjusted it in as far as I could this way and as far as I could this way, and they were touching in the middle, and the tire was still cocked way out. So I just took the tie rod end out and just cut a couple threads, like 3 or 4 off with the grinder wheel, cut-off wheel, put it back in. I got a little bit of space in between them now, so for the alignment shop, should have enough to play with it once I take it there. So that's how that tire sits. That's how that tire sits. I like it. Should be a way stiffer ride. Tucking a little bit of tire in the front. I dig it. But yeah, I'm gonna get my wife out here hopefully tonight, if not in the morning, and have her stomp on the brakes while I go around and bleed all of the calipers. Sorry, excuse me. Go around and bleed them all real quick. Hopefully my custom brake line setup should work. Little bracket I came off of the third member. So yeah, it's getting dark on me. Like I said, it was getting dark on me, but thank you guys for tuning into this video. I'm gonna install that Driveline maybe here in a minute, or if not in the morning. And I don't know, I still gotta put the bed on. I still gotta do a few things. I'm not sure if I'll be driving it, test driving it this weekend. I got to do 500 miles of break-in time on that rear end, and then change out the gear oil in it. So that's going to be a lot of driving. Get after that so I can actually rip it. So thanks for watching. We will see you on the next one. Hopefully you get this sucker driving. See ya.